Hello and good morning. Welcome to our Fempreneur Friday chat. It is Friday and we're so excited to have these conversations where every Friday we have our conscious entrepreneurship chats, looking at with what we do in business, what we do as female entrepreneurs, and how we can bring our feminine energy to the business. And also just changing the way that we do business because, with all the different changes and challenges, there's so many different ways that we have to grow and expand than we normally were doing. So excited to have our co-host, welcoming our co-host, Brett Sims. We're talking about our as well as, just like the typical things that we deal with every day or every week, and bringing to you live the conversations that we were normally having around our business and around expanding and evolution. So,
yes, co-hosting it up.
Hello.
Hold on one second. My sound is super low. Okay, there we go. Much better. How's it going?
It is going. So excited to have this conversation. I'm glad that we were already chatting about this before we got on here. So that's why it took us a little second to get back here.
Yes.
Hi, Athena. Hello. Hi, guys. Hi, everyone that's joining us. So today we're talking about removing doubt and doubters from your business. Hi. And we were just talking about that in all the ways, like personal, having personal responsibility in our business, when it's looking at what's the doubt inside of us, what's attracting the doubt that's around us, the energy around us, and so on. So those are some things we're going to talk about. And we have this conversation every Friday, just in case you're just joining us for the first time. Hello. And we have these conscious entrepreneurship conversations, especially for female entrepreneurs, every Friday at 9:30.
Yes, we do. So happy Fempreneur Friday, everyone. Good morning, or I guess afternoon if you're on the East Coast. But yeah, we're super excited to have another one of these conversations. And I think that relationships and relationship issues, be it friends or coworkers or whatever it might be, have been kind of an issue for people lately. And people have been dealing with a bunch of different things that have come up as our world has been shifting, especially in business. But I wanted to actually pull one of my affirmation cards before we get started. And I love affirmations as they help me just stay on track, stay aligned, and keep me believing in myself and avoiding doubt. So this affirmation deck is called Affirmators, and it's love and relationships. And so this card that I pulled at random is open-heartedness. And so it says, I know that life and the people living it can be absolute bummers sometime. But wow. I promise, I know. But
that's what we're talking about.
Yes. But I promise not to let unhappy characters make me jaded. If I let negative experiences turn me sour, then the jerks win. So I'll move on with an open and hopeful heart. If only because I hate losing to jerks.
Whoa, how crazy that you pulled that card. And
I know.
Feel free to leave your question.
Yes.
Perfect.
So yeah, I'm trying to my light is reflecting in my glasses. Okay.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? Okay, hold on, let me see. Have you ever guys felt that you are unwanted in your life? Oh.
Yes, exactly. And I think that a lot of people are kind of dealing with that kind of energy as of late. Just because, like I said, so much is shifting right now in our planet, in our world, in our businesses. And I think that to avoid, that feeling, because we all get that feeling. We all feel like we're unwelcome sometimes, or we don't have a place sometimes, or completely down on ourselves, we don't know what's next, or we feel backed into a corner. But I think that by affirming ourselves, and really honing in on our affirmations, honing in on our inner belief, that we can really shift that and spin it around. But we have to do that like consciously, and sometimes it avoids having to make some hard decisions and having to eliminate people from your lives who are really maybe that you attracted from, you know, the own doubt in your own mind. Because I'm not ever about like becoming a victim or victimizing anything, because I believe that we attract, you know, our own experiences and even what we experience in our own businesses. But, you know, sometimes it is like projections of other people that are causing us, like, you know, to have more doubt, have heavier feelings of like doubt in ourselves. So that's kind of what we're going in on a bit today.
Yeah, I love that you asked that question. Thank you for asking it. Have you ever felt unwanted in your life? And when we're talking about, especially like removing doubt, you know, some of our doubt, or even just like our unworthiness or our feelings are coming from outside, right? You feel like, oh my God, they're making me feel this way.
Right.
But then it's their what Brett's talking about is like some of the unhealed part of us is really attracting these experiences in our life. If we think that we're unworthy, we show up into a place that actually like feeds that same belief that you're unworthy, and it just keeps on going, and we live into it, and it's a cycle. But to give you a personal experience, you know, a lot of the times I talk about my relationship, my past relationships on here, and you know, when for me, there was a lot of like infidelity that was happening in my relationship. So there was a lot of cheating and so on, and I was like, well, am I not like you know, do you not love me? Am I not the one? Am I not enough? Am I not wanted? Am I all of these things? But what I realized is I had to come to a conclusion of like, whoa, like I'm the one that is staying in this relationship with this person and allowing this cycle to kind of like continue. So it's like a belief in me that I think like this is the greatest that I can have, or that this is what I deserve.
Right.
So then that's when she's talking about like, you know, moving from our victimness and really into our own personal responsibility. Like, dang, okay, well, where is this coming from? Why do I think that this is the best for me, or that this is the best that I can do, or best
Right.
that I can hold?
Right.
And it's that journey, and we talk about that. It's just a practice. It's a long journey of like really diving back in and just like, okay, well, where have I felt this same feeling before? You know, where is it stemming from? You know, a lot of times, a lot of things are stemming even from earlier childhood when we, you know, some things is like, you know, we raised our hand and we said the wrong answer, and people laughed at us like, oh, I'll never do that again.
Right.
And we think that that is in the past, but we're actually living it out every single day in our present right now. So
right.
Like, when we're, you know, taking ourselves away from saying the things that we want to say, or saying the most authentic thing. So hope that answers your question. Yeah.
And well, and I also think that like, I mean, because I'll give an example also, but I want to say that like, you know, it really removing that doubt, removing that like pessimism from your like own soul. I think you have to really be conscious of your own thoughts, you know, and like what you're thinking. And like Stacey was talking about, you have to just like be the watcher of your own thoughts and just like just observe it. Like, why am I thinking that way? Or why did my mind just think that, like in this circumstance? And the more you question that, the more you have the opportunity to shift that and change it. But for me, an example is definitely like a business example for me is that because of my own, just like, I think I've always had a bit of like anxiety or nervousness. And I think that sometimes that anxiety or nervousness comes across to people like I'm that way about my business, or I feel that shaky about my business. And so I really had to kind of be like, like, why am I getting like this response from the people that I'm working with, or like that they're a little like that they don't seem to have, you know, full belief in what it is that we're doing. And so I really had to question myself, like where in my soul am I coming from a place of like doubt or fear or lack that is making them respond in this way. So, you know, I really like had to do a lot of soul searching with that and be like, okay, well, I want my business to be prosperous and I want to keep spiraling upward and building, but like, why is it stagnant right now? Or why isn't it moving? And so I really had to just be honest with myself and be like, okay, well, maybe I've been a little bit like unsure here, or I've been a little bit less than, you know, fully confident in the way that I'm like running meetings or like projecting myself. But
Right.
I think that, you know, when we realize that, also, we do sometimes have to make tough decisions, because it's like, because of old thought patterns, we attract people that might reflect those old thought patterns. So
Right.
people that also doubt us, people that doubt our businesses or our visions. And when you realize that, when you come to that consciousness, you have to be like, okay, well, you know what, I'm gonna have to make these changes, and maybe I should have made them a long time ago, but I have to give myself grace and be like, you know what, I just have to make these changes and, you know, bring fresh energy in, because I do believe in myself. You know, I do have that power to believe in myself. And like, for me, and my business has gone through so many different phases and different changes, and powerful women, all powerful women have, you know, come in and, you know, gifted it with their own talents and their own knowledge. But yeah, after a while, I just had to be like, you know what, I can't have room for anyone who is doubting my vision, or doubting what I am, or what I can do, or what I'm able to achieve and create. And so when you remove that, when you remove people that reflected that like old mental, you know, pattern of you, it opens up new gateways. It opens up new doors of like opportunities, of support, of like blessings. And so I think that, yeah, just I doubted myself, you know, here and there in business, but a lot of the time I think it was because, yeah, I let people, thoughts and opinions of like lack and limitation of others just get in my ear and like make me think like, well, am I really? And I don't innately like think that way. I don't really care what people think. Like, that's really not me. I've never really been that way. But
if we hold on to things that are not meant to be with us for too long, that's when these types of things creep in. And as I was talking about relationship, and as you were speaking, I was thinking about this. It's just like, it takes so much more energy to prove to someone, like, let's say my relationship, it takes so much more energy for me to prove to him that I'm the one, prove to him that, like, you know, you need to be good to me, you need to be this because I am all of this. It's so much more energy than to just let it go and actually allow that space for someone that already sees that's already aligned with your vision, with who you are, with everything there. And you know what, it also, you know, part of also taking the responsibility, oh, hi, Jennifer, is also seeing the discord in it. So like, part of the ways that we find our desire, or find the next alignment, or find the thing that we are up to next, is by seeing the contrast, about seeing the difference. So I saw how like I didn't want things to go, so much so that I was like really, really got in my body and my spirit and my energy now, like the whole experience. It's one thing to know, and it's a different thing to like have the experience. Yep. So without that, even though I don't choose that way for other people, that's why I was like, okay, you know, that's why I mentor and I coach now. It's like, I would love for people to get there so much faster than I did. But at the same time,
me too.
This gift of realizing how much I had to look at myself, how much worthy I thought I was, how much of healing I needed to come to have the relationship that I really want, like the healthy relationship that I want, and so on. So,
and I think that's why we
not discard the discord, you know, because like they come with a gift, you know, even though it's not sometimes how we want things to go, they come with a gift, and letting it go can actually allow the next thing to prosper for you.
Yeah. And I mean, that's what I was saying. I think that we like both had that understanding, like almost, I mean, I guess since we met, just like of wanting it to be easier for other people than it was for us. And I think that, yeah, it's just so much about it's all like thoughts are things, you know?
Yeah.
And it's all about like your thinking and adjusting your thinking. And like when you think like, oh my God, I have so many haters. Oh my God, everyone hates what I'm saying or doing because I don't have as many likes or this or that. Or when you get in those mental thought patterns, you actually create that and draw what you do not want towards you faster and towards your business faster. So it's like to unravel that, you have to like, you know, very consciously and very like with a lot of diligence and determination, like repeat those affirmations. It's a lot of repetition to like rewire your brain to think more positively and thus bring in more positive experiences.
Yeah, and when we're talking about that, it's really just watering, like, oh, I have a little plant. It's like watering the plant that you want and letting the other one die away. You know, just like I always say, or said a few times here, just like the easiest way to kill something off is to not feed it. And the thing is, like, if you think that you have a lot of haters and you are talking about how much haters you have all the time, and it's just poor, like that's all you're seeing, and that's what you're allowed to come more and more to the front fort of your life, the forefront of your life. Yeah. Just like we said last time, like when you get a new car for the first time, and all of a sudden you start seeing that car everywhere, and it's just like, oh my God, what, everybody has this car. But it's just like, actually, that's just what's in your forefront and your view, that those amount of cars have been there the whole time, but all of a sudden you're starting to see it. And when we choose to see the haters, that is what we're going to be seeing all the time. And you're missing out on all the people that really love you, that want to support you, that want to be in your whole space, and that want to, you know, yeah. And the thing is, like, your eye will have you not see it. You know, it's just like when you're looking for something and just like, I can't see it, it's right in front of your face.
Or ego.
You know? Yeah, huge.
Yeah.
So the first thing is just to stop talking about it.
Yeah.
You know, stop talking about it, letting it flow out, and then also realize that it's there, but that it can come and go, and that it's coming to show you something, and then it can be released. If you're pushing against it, what you resist persists.
Yes. So. And people are lessons a lot of the times. Like haters and doubters, like, yeah, it may, you know, be uncomfortable and not feel good when people are like seemingly hating on you or doubting on you. But then you need to question, like, well, why is this happening to me? Why am I reflecting? And then maybe it's to just bring you to that next level and to elevate that level in your business development, to be like, wait a minute, I can do that. Like, you can't tell me that I can't do that. I actually can do that, and I'm going to do that, and nobody is going to stop me. And then that elevates how much you believe in yourself and what you can do. I did want to make one more little example and tie that lack of belief and that doubt that people may have into, because it can go back to family. And for me, and that can go back like family that's not even like still here. It can be like traits that your family has held about like what is possible, about what can happen. And then subconsciously you can adopt those beliefs, those like limited beliefs, like, you know. And it's not necessarily like, it's hard to not take victim when you feel like, oh, my family are being haters, or my family
they're not supporting me. I get that. So get that.
But like, you have to also realize that they're doing that because maybe that's only possible, like that belief level, that level of like ability is only possible for them, because that's how far they can think. But it's not like more is possible for you because you exist, because you are doing more, because you are here during this time. And they're not here.
I heard one person say, like, God didn't give them the vision. That's why you got the vision.
Exactly. You know? Exactly. And it's hard to not
for self-sabotage. Yes, Shannon. And Athena, yes, like, you know, grass is growing where you're watering it. Yes, love that.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that, like, I mean, family's the hardest, I think, to just get out of like that mental pattern and that mind cycle. And then, you know, you can also reflect other people coming into your life, like by those, you know, old patterns like that. Maybe your family is placed there. So it's just like a process, I think, of removing that. And I think meditation helps. Affirmations help. like listening to positive music and songs and like finding people who really truly do believe in you without a shadow of a doubt. And there are those people. Embrace those people and not like hone in on those that don't believe in you, you know?
Right. And then I always talk about, for those things, sometimes like going to the people that have already accomplished those things, because one thing that we can do, and I mean, I'm just guilty of this, so that's how I know. And then one of my mentors in Primerica, a long time ago when I was in there, she was just like, you never ask advice from people that don't have the thing that you're trying to accomplish.
Yes.
Like, oh, why are you asking all your single friends about like a healthy relationship? How does that work? They're telling, oh no, girl, I wouldn't do, you know what I mean? Like, it's not working.
Right. Or me, like I just, you know, for as an artist, it's like I can't ask, you know, somebody who doesn't really do art every day or doesn't have like certain, you know, hasn't reached that point in their career, advice, art advice. Hey, Casey.
Yeah. Who's that?
Your brother.
Casey. Yeah, so I'm in Casey's office. You can never ask a homeless person how to become a millionaire. Yes. So true. And you know, that's the thing to take note of. And then also sometimes that's what we're wanting. We're wanting our family to support us so much, even though they weren't given the vision, first of all. Second of all, they weren't, they haven't even accomplished those things. So how are we to expect? And we want them to believe in us more than we believe in ourselves.
Woo! That is a big one.
That's the thing. And then we're upset. We're like, oh, well, you don't believe in me. Well, the only reason why you're even listening to them is because you have a doubt and you feel like you're trying to get that validation from them instead of like, whoa, how can I turn in? How can I, you know, really fuel this thing that I have within me, and also go to the right people and go to your friends, family for love, you know, and like being able to share the experience with them, because once you're right with your thing
and aligned,
they're not going to sense that. Yeah. And it's like your family and friends sense that thing and they want to protect you and love you and like, no, don't do that, you know, because they don't want to see you hurt. They don't want to, it's hard. They don't want to see you through that. That's okay. It's scary for them.
Something I think that like helped me, you know, kind of make a shift or like move out of a place that I was in, a stuck place. It was just like, you know, thinking about like, wow, you know, I'm obsessing over maybe like these people not supporting me or this not supporting me. But what would happen if I took that energy and just like obsessed about myself and my own business and my own evolution and just took all that energy that I'm putting on other people and other businesses and other things right on me, like put that spotlight back on me, like becoming the star of my own show, you know? And it's a process still to, you know, rework that focus back to you versus all the people that you can see on Instagram or all the people that you can see on television or whatever. Take that same energy and like watch your own show, then that can like, that creates so much shift because you're like, it creates so much movement and potential and open doors. So
Yes. Oh my gosh.
We have another note. I love the attention, it's motivation. When a hater steps into my realm, obviously I touched them so much. When you cause an effect that moves someone, you're doing something great. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
So true.
It's a sign.
Yeah, and the ability to do that. And I think it was Melanie. I think I've told you about Melanie. She's a coach as well, Melanie Layer, and she talks about just changing the word, even from like haters or all those things, to like activation. Like you're giving these people like activation. They're not only triggered, but they're feeling activated, and there's something inside you that is like, whoa, you know, like bringing something out of them. So
and also like,
I gotta
when that pops up, like when you realize that, like, okay, well, I must be doing something because these people are like, you know, kind of targeting me, or these people are interested in me, or this person, or whatever it may be. I think you also have to realize, like, a lot of our purposes right now during this time is to show people that more is possible, to show people that limitlessness is possible, to show people that dreams are able to be achieved and reached. And like, And sometimes that's our role. Sometimes our role is to trigger people who have like, no doubt or have no like self-belief, because that when they see, people who do believe in themselves and are achieving these things, it's like, it makes them question themselves and it makes them create changes in their own lives.
Okay. I got this too. This is something I don't even want to say, but I'm going to say it. What about the people that you hate on? What about the people that you are jealous of? And I'm speaking this to me, like I'm looking at me.
That's a block. That's a block too, like that creates blocks
and then
too.
You know what? We may not even say it outwardly. You
Right.
know, people are saying it sometimes to us that can be triggering, that can like make us do something. We're talking about doubt of ourselves, but how much of that energy, like are we expanding and like leaking to other people? But also looking at it as, okay, how can we clean up our energy around that and also be activated by what's going on? Like, what are we feeling triggered about? And the thing is, both ways it can go, right? Like sometimes we can be so excited that, like, let's say someone's making a lot of money and they're just spending it lavishly. Like, dang, that's not fair. Like they don't have their fair share. Like, like, dang, there's so many other things that they can do.
I worked harder for this, or
like they don't even work hard. They were given that. Like, how much does that cut off your ability to just be given something and like have
it cuts it off completely? It deads it.
Because you're saying like no to this thing, like no way she can't be doing that. No way he can't have that. And if you're not allowing that, let's say just in your space and in that realm, you're also not allowing it for yourself.
Because it's blocking the flow, like that flow of abundance. Like when you're not, when you can't be happy for anybody's success, like no matter who it is, like your friend or like that famous person or a Kardashian or something. Like, because people hate on them so bad. But then it's like you need to ask yourself, well, why? Like, why am I hating on them? Like, is it because I don't think that I could ever achieve that? Is it because I'm jealous? Is it because A, B, or C? And then it's like you got to check yourself. That check yourself before you wreck yourself thing, Like you got to just like really be like, like why? Like why am I thinking this way? And then take the like action to adjust that and fine tune it and change that mental cycle to like, wow, I'm really happy for them. Like I'm super happy that this person achieved that, because it means that I can do that too.
Exactly. And it opens the doors for that if you can have a different energy behind it. So, allow those things. And now, like, even just like jealousy, like I look at that in such a different way and like express it and be able to be like, oh, wow, like it's showing me something that I actually really want.
Yeah.
And, I'm have to like, it could be an expander for me. This person can expand my belief of what's possible.
Yes. And like, I was just thinking of the fact, that like, I feel like a lot of people take that mindset to like Instagram, like, oh, well, I don't want to comment too much or like too much of this person's photos because they might get too big-headed, or that means that I can't have it, or that's taking away from me. But the more that you give and show love and respect other people's like journeys and processes, the more that like the universe, spirit, whatever can respect yours and give you more.
Right. And the trick is to not do that transactionally.
Yeah. Not just because you're going to get something.
Exactly. But to do it authentically, and to, if you're not there yet, that's okay. We're just talking about what's possible and just like starting to like, okay, you don't have to love on someone just because you're not even there. You don't love on them yet. You're not happy that they're having their shit together yet. But you can start like feeling your body like, okay, what part of me does not think that this is possible for myself?
Right.
And then we talked about the ladder of power and the ladder of responsibility. One of my course names is ladder of power in my modules. But
that's amazing.
Basically, exactly.
Oh, you
just
told
like
me about
it one
this.
step at a time, and expanding what you can receive, with expanding what you can have, and
Yeah, I think that, yeah, that's so, it really is a ladder. And it's like you have to give yourself grace, you know, in that climb, in that ladder, and be okay with it, like taking however long divine timing takes. Like, because the more you force and push something to happen because you want this for yourself or you want A, B, and C to occur, then it's like less authentic, and your energy presents itself before anything else does. So people are always going to feel if you're coming from a space of in like just not genuine love or not being real.
Yeah.
So that is, you know, I feel like takeaways from this are just like affirmations for sure. It'll help redirect your mind. And then just like meditation helps too, but really every time that you get in the mindset of like, oh, I can't do this, or oh, this person has this and I don't, or oh, everybody hates this post, or this, everybody hates what I do, then immediately change it and be like, everybody loves what I do, everybody loves who I am, and I love everyone. I love everything that everybody is doing and presenting to the world and helping to change the world and the collective, and I know that they respect me too. That changes your thought, which thus changes your reality.
Yes. And the last thing too, I would say, is just like part of the resistance is like that muscle building, you know, allowing those things to show you something, and then you're just getting stronger. Because like without the heavy weights, right, without the ones that are like, feel like, oh, we can't pick it up, then we don't get stronger. So just like allow, it's all about allowing, right? Allowing. Yeah. Allowing, and then allow it to flow. Cheyenne, I totally get you. Said from an immigrant from Belize, you realize that people don't really see the opportunities that they have in America, and they're not going hard for their goals.
Yeah, it's perspective. And like, but that's what I'm saying. Like, because we exist during this time, like as an example that what is possible for other people. And so, yeah, maybe they do have those mindsets, but you are here to help them shift their mindsets and be like, wow, he achieved this. Wow, he's human and I'm human. I can achieve that too. And then like, it questions them, like, how do I get it? And then they make another step and climb up the ladder.
Right. Amazing.
But yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys. Thank you for being here and the energy of this. This is amazing. And I know we're going to take this on in our weeks as well. And we'll bring you some new juice next week. So next week for our conscious entrepreneurship conversation every Friday at 9:30. And yeah, have a great week, guys.
Yeah, and also like feel free to comment on this post. Stacy always posts these on her page or IGTV.
Yeah.
And like let us know if you have any questions or you want any of our resources like affirmation decks or books, and we got you.
Yeah, sounds good.
So have a great weekend and next week.
Okay.
You're amazing, all of you, and you can do anything, and you got this.
And check out Stuck Designs and The Exalted Woman. That is our businesses, and feel free to leave comments there or any questions, see ways that we can support you. We'd love to do that as well. All right, have a great week. Bye.